Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. I hope you're all doing great. Hope you had a good weekend, and welcome to this new video on the crypto markets. We'll talk about everything you need to know. All right, so we'll talk. I have a list here to the left, but we'll start off with the fundamentals. All right, what's going on with the shutdown? We had some news. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about Bitcoin. I will also quickly explain why I think this is a crucial update, because that's the title of the thumbnail or something. And I know that sounds clickbaity, but I personally think that the price action for Bitcoin here on the short term matters a lot, not only for Bitcoin, but also for altcoins. And we will talk about altcoins. Altcoins, in my opinion, over the course of this weekend have put in some significant price action, which is actually pretty good for altcoins. All right, so that's why I think this is a crucial update. I know I throw around that word quite a lot. Sometimes it's clickbait, but in this case, I just wanted to tell you why I named it like that. But okay, so let's get right into this. I'm a little bit tired. Over the course of this weekend, I ran my first marathon, which I also said in some videos. It was very fun, but it was also, at this point of time, walking is a little bit difficult. But let's get right into the video. Some of you probably will not care. But let's get right into it. So currently the fundamentals. Earlier today, we heard Hassett talking about the US shutdown. That he expects it to be done this week. Now, based on that, here you can see it right here. I think the shutdown likely to end sometime this week. So based on that, the volatility index, aka unrest in the markets, decreased a little bit. I'll show you that in a moment. Outside of that, not much has changed, I think. There's an AWS outage, so that's also why we will not be able to look at Coinbase charts. Coinbase charts at this point of time are unavailable. Binance charts are still available, so that's what we will focus on. And outside of that, we have a lot of have a lot of stock specific news coming out. It's earnings season, right? So that is important for the crypto market as well, indirectly. But I will not cover that on this channel. Maybe on my second channel, if you're not aware of that, I do have that. It's called Market Insights with Cilinix. But all of that news has led to the S&P 500 opening higher and being relatively strong. So this is good news. And you can see right here that the volatility index opened lower is decreasing. So that means that there's less unrest, although gold is still increasing. So it's a little bit of mixed signals. But the fundamentals, this is, I won't necessarily call the fundamentals bullish, but this is at least a step in the right direction. So that's the current fundamentals right now. Now let's talk about Bitcoin. Here you can see the old charts. This is the Coinbase chart. So we will actually have to shift to my Bitcoin chart. I don't have an active chart on that, but maybe we will still be able to get some sort of data on that. Yeah, so the price action over the course of this morning has been constructive. Not only on the lower time frames where we put in a good high volume move, also on the higher time frames. All right, and then there's this critical level right here between 110 and 109,000. And I think that is a crucial level, right? Because if we are able to get a strong reaction there, or if we're just not going to, if we're just not going to retest it at all, right? If we just get a continuation from here, we can revisit that later, but at least on the short term, that would be a good sign. And if we're able to get a strong reaction there, so it is waiting for that, all right? It's better to wait for that than to already risk a lot right now. First of all, in the lower time frames, we have some sort of a reversal right here, and a bullish, how do you call it? A bullish, a bullish retest, and with that, a bullish confirmation. That's the word I wanted to say. But on the higher time frames, and I'll show this on the Coinbase chart, but on the higher time frames, that would also mean that we have, technically broken back into this range right here that we have been in since the 15th of July. And if we're back into this range, we can reasonably expect Bitcoin to move back up to 117.5 and 119.5. And that is why Bitcoin at this point of time is at such a crucial level, and why the current prices are crucial, and why it's crucial to see how it reacts to that. Because obviously, if Bitcoin is able to really get back into this range, that's good news for altcoins as well. Now, talking about altcoins have already put in some good price action over the course of the weekend. We pushed down lower Thursday, Friday last week, but you can see that we have been able to reclaim a significant support level right here. This is an altcoin index, so I'm going to throw around some crazy numbers, but that's just all altcoins together, except for Bitcoin and Ethereum. But it's been able to reclaim this strong support level between $1 trillion and $980 billion. put in a bullish divergence, spike down to a strong support level where we got a strong reaction. This is good news, at least technically, for altcoins, and I think you need to be aware of that as well. This is you know, I was quite cautious about altcoins, but this is again a step in the right direction. Now, when we're talking about XRP and Ethereum, those have been relatively flat over the course of the day. I would expect these to rally a little bit higher, but they don't have enough momentum for me to say that they're going to break out. And to be fair, resistance is closer than support. So I think XRP and Ethereum at this point of time, at least, are not really interesting. Now, two coins that are interesting, I think. First of all, FLOKI. FLOKI has been incredibly strong over the course of this morning, because of this, all right, Elon Musk tweeting about it. And what you can see right now is that FLOKI has been able to, or at least it's trying to reclaim this strong resistance level around 7,500 and 8,000. You know, if we do see a continuation of the recovery in the crypto markets, and we are able to get a close on the 12-hour time frame or the daily time frame above that level for FLOKI, I think this can rally higher, but I would be very, very cautious with news moves like this. And what I think is more interesting personally is the news that puts Chainlink and the Federal Reserve together. I think the Federal Reserve is starting some sort of a payments conference. And if I remember correctly, Chainlink was actually invited for that. That's why we gained quite a lot of momentum over the course of this morning, and that's why we were close to getting a breakout. Now, at this point of time, Chainlink has not broken out yet, and I made a video on that this morning, and I said, I don't think we're going to break out now, but there's a massive level that Chainlink can break above right here around $20, which I think you need to be ready for. If we're able to reclaim that with strength, this could just be the start of a new rally for Chainlink. And outside of that, most altcoins right now are very correlated to Bitcoin. So keep an eye on the levels I told you about regarding Bitcoin, and you'll know most you need to know about the trajectory and the most likely outcome for those altcoins as well. Now that is what I think you need to know for now. I will keep you updated on this on X and in Telegram and in Discord. So if you're interested in that, check it out. But for now, have a great day, everybody. Take care and bye.